You guys are really liking these top 10 lists. I always thought they were for douchebags with no talent. But since you like the list, I got a list for you. Are you a douchebag? Are people not noticing that you're a douchebag? The fedora and the Nickelback t-shirt aren't enough? You need to announce to the world that you're not a douchebag. You're the douchebag. I got top 10 fragrances for douchebags. But first, 2 honorable mentions that didn't quite make the list, but you could rock them if you're a douchebag. We got Blue Atlas. Trust me. If you got this, they probably reached out to you. And if they reached out to you, you're probably a douchebag. Naughton & Wilson's Cheap Ray Fulminari. I personally know the man, and I use that term loosely, behind this fragrance, and trust me, he is a douchebag, and you will be too if you wear this nasty smelling leather fragrance. Alright, so I got here 10 fragrances, and some are self-explanatory, some are not, but I'm going to just show them to you in no particular order. At number 10, Frank Olivier's Oud Touch. It's cheap smelling. You'll smell like the candle section at a bodega, where like half the stock is from the 1980s. It stinks and it's cheap. People pretend it's good because it's not expensive, but it's trash. And if you wear it, you'll smell like a douchebag. At number 9, again, people liking it just because it's inexpensive, even though it smells like gutter water. Anything from Cremo. For $12, it's not bad. Axe body spray's not bad for like $4. It doesn't mean I want to wear it. Avoid Cremo. This fragrance smells okay. It's overpriced. But it is from one of the biggest douchebags I've ever seen on YouTube. And that douchebag is calling himself School of Scent. And it's Mr. Fragrant. You want to smell like a douche? He's got a whole line of douchebag fragrances. At number 7, does this douchebag even need an introduction? Office from Jeremy Fragrance. No explanation needed. At number 6, I spoke about this fragrance the other day. This was one of the fragrances that I absolutely trashed, and nobody disagreed with it because it's just world renowned for being the signature scent of douchebags, and that is Liz Claiborne's Curve. And it comes only in this size bottle because when you're a douchebag, why would you want any less? All right, now we're getting to the top 5, to the nitty and the gritty, and that's what they smell like, nitty and gritty. Would you like to smell like raw sewage and yard clippings? Whoa, I got something for you. It's called Gray Flannel. If you can make it past the disgusting 8-hour opening, wear this and wear this proudly, douchebags. Bond number 9, New Harlem. One of my favorites. This is not for douchebags. I got something like this. A crappier, douchier version. It's called Michael Jordan Legend. Pancake batter. Great value syrup. Can't believe it's not better. Yep, Michael Jordan Legend. We got number 3. This ain't a fragrance that'll make you smell like a douchebag. It's a whole line of fragrances. Anything Lattafa. At number 2. If you just go around this community and look at the biggest douchebags, I mean, the lowest of the lowest douchebags, you'll see they all have this fragrance. They all love this fragrance. They all get a check from this fragrance. And you could be that douchey too. S-Boy by Draco. Just smelling this makes me want to spray myself in the face with pepper spray. And the number 1. King of Kings. Legend of legendary douchebag fragrances. Don't worry, it's such a horrible fragrance, it's not very expensive. This douchebag fragrance doesn't even have a sprayer, because back in the olden days, douchebags would just pour it in their hand and just slather themselves with it. And I'm talking about the stinky, cheap, synthetic Paul Sebastian Fine Cologne. I mean, this... Ugh. Sorry, I almost threw up in my mouth a little bit just smelling this. It's terrible. It's for old people. And I mean old people. Geezers. And if you wear this, or any of these other fragrances I just showed you, 2.5 minutes before you even enter a room, some of this stench will waft into wherever the hell you're going, and it will make the announcement that that fedora and Nickelback t-shirt couldn't. That statement is that they are in the presence of the mightiest of douchebags.